What's up? I'm back, and today I'm giving you my week 3 predictions. But yeah, let's just hop straight into this video. So far through week 2, I was 8-7-1, or 8-8 if you do not count the ties. Overall in the season, I am 15-17, but if you don't count the ties, 15-15-2. So that's how I'm doing. I had a better week by one game, but this week's going to be an interesting week. I think there's going to be a lot of good games. It's going to be another fun week of football. No byes yet, so all teams will be playing. So let's hop into it. Thursday night game, which is the Jets at the Browns. This is going to be a really, really good one. I know Josh Gordon's no longer on the Browns. New York, they just lost to Miami in a close one. But, man, this is such a hard one to pick. I've been doing a lot of debating on this one, but it's time. It's time. The Browns are going to win. They got this game. They're going to win this one. They're at home. They've been playing really well at home in the last year they played competitive at home. This year I think they're going to finally do it. They're going to win. Finally, and it'll be against the Jets. Nothing against Jets fans. I just got to take the Browns at home in this one. But there's that one. So I have Browns in the Thursday night game. So let's move on. Saints at Falcons. This one is going to be a very competitive one again. Like the Falcons-Panthers game, the Falcons did beat the Panthers. They kind of struggled out of the gate a little, but they did pick it up. They did come back, win that game. But Saints, they struggled big time against the Browns. I mean, they barely won that game, and I do mean barely. For the most part, they were down in that game. But fourth quarter, they came back and ended up winning it, thanks to the help of a missed extra point attempt by the Browns. I mean, such a Cleveland way to lose that game. But this one, I'm going to take Atlanta just because they're home. I mean, their win did kind of impress me against Carolina, but New Orleans' win against Cleveland did not, and they struggled against Fitzpatrick and the Buccaneers. So right now, the Saints are kind of going downhill for me a little. But they need to kind of prove themselves this week and get a win. But I personally think the Falcons are going to win that game. Next, we have the Niners at Chiefs. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, he's a beast. I told him to prove him. He has to prove himself before I start picking him. And, oh boy, has he ever proved himself. I believe 10 touchdown passes in 2 games. My God, that's unbelievable. Chiefs are going to win this one. Garoppolo and the Niners had a strong first half against the Lions, and then they choked, what was it, a 30-10 lead to a 30-27 win. I mean, they should not have been that close at all. But I think the Chiefs are going to win this one. Niners will keep it close, but the Chiefs will overtake it. I think Mahomes and that offense is better than Garoppolo and the Chiefs there. So for the next game, we have the Raiders at Dolphins. Raiders just choked that game away at the end. Miami with a good win against Miami. No, my bad. A good win against New York. But this is going to be a good competitive game. This is another one I've been going back and forth with a whole lot. I'm not sure with this one. My gut's telling me Miami's going to win this one. And Raiders, I can easily see them winning, but my gut's just telling me Miami. I don't know with the Raiders, man. Their defense struggles. Carr was unbelievable last week against Denver, but the defense didn't really help them out. I mean, I just think Miami's going to pull it off somehow. I'm going with my gut. So we have Bills at Vikings, and I don't need to explain myself. I mean, Vikings are going to win. I can't believe they tied last week. Another tie, like, damn, guys. But for real, I think the Vikings are going to win. The Bills are not as good as a team. I mean, they did better week 2. But really, Davis, you have to fucking go on halftime and quit, retire. I don't need to say much more than that. Next, we have Colts at Eagles. Eagles do have Wentz back, and Luck is also back from injury, so they're both coming back. However, Luck does have the 2 weeks ahead, so Colts do have a little bit of advantage there, but I cannot pick against the Eagles in Philadelphia. Like Tampa Bay, as a Cowboy fan, I will be rooting for the Colts, but as logic, you cannot pick against the Eagles. It's really hard to pick against the Eagles in Philadelphia. Very few teams can actually go into Philly and beat them. Next, we have the Packers at Redskins. I think the Packers are going to beat the Redskins. The Redskins got outplayed by the Colts. They didn't look as good as they did against Arizona. Colts came out and just had an impressive win against them. So I can't trust Redskins. Packers, they kind of choked to Minnesota. Some bad roughing the passes from Clay Matthews. But I still think they're going to win. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is a beast. He's going to carry that team. So I got the Packers taking the win there. Cincinnati at Carolina. This is a really tough one. Cincinnati's been playing really, really strong football. Carolina, and they don't have Greg Olsen, which really hurts. Offensively, I think Bengals are better, while quarterback-wise, Cam Newton's better than Andy Dalton. But I'm going to pick the Bengals here. Just because I can't trust Carolina's offense. I know that it's going to be a really emotional game after the hurricane. But I just, my gut's telling me to go with the Bengals. They've just been so good, and Andy Green, he's been on fire. Next, we have the Titans at Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars should take this one. I mean, they don't have Mariota. I'm pretty sure they're missing one of their key offensive linemen that game for Tennessee. But Jacksonville, man, they looked really good against New England. And Tennessee, who barely won against the Texans, I'm not going to take Tennessee to beat Jacksonville in Jacksonville. So Jags will win that one. Broncos at Ravens. This is also going to be a really good one. But I just got to take the Ravens at home. I think Ravens will be a very strong home team this year. They're going to struggle a lot on the road this year. Broncos did barely edge one out. But I just feel like the Ravens are going to have a good bounce-back game. Plus, they do have the extra couple days rest over their Broncos. So I'm going to take the Ravens on that one. Next, we have the Giants at Texans. I mean, Eli Manning has no support. Barkley, who's a beast, has no support. And then Odell Beckham and them can't get going because they don't have time to run their routes. Texans, their offense is struggling a little bit too, but I got to take Texans in this one. I mean, Deshaun Watson, I think he's going to have a good bounce-back game here. Not a great, but a good game. And J.J. Watt and Clowney is going to be putting Manning on the ground a lot. So next we have the Battle of L.A. between the Chargers and Rams. Obviously, I'm going to take the Rams. They're the best team in football right now. Not much more you can say about that, really, honestly. But Chargers are going to put up a really good fight. I mean, if they do win this one, I won't be too surprised. But I'm going to take the Rams here just because they've just been so hot, and I don't see them losing at home. So next, we have the Bears at Cardinals. I mean, Bears are going to win. Cardinals are horrible this year. Sam Bradford's probably going to get hurt. Khalil Mack, is going to get a couple big hits. But Trubisky needs to be smarter with the ball. Can't throw interceptions because they should have really dominated the Seahawks. And Seattle kept it close, main with those interceptions. But so Bears defense, I think, is going to just shut down the Cardinals. Cardinals are probably going to be the worst team in football this year. Next, we have the Cowboys at Seahawks. And I'm going to take the Cowboys. They had a way better game against the Giants than they did the Panthers. They had a great opening drive, and Elliott got to go in a bit more, but Elliott's going to blaze through the Seattle defense. Seattle's defense is a bit weak, and especially the offensive line. With how strong the Cowboys' defense have been playing, Wilson, I love you, man, but you're going to be getting hit a lot this game. But I got Cowboys winning this one. Plus, Dallas does have some good fortune in Seattle. But I do have Cowboys winning that one. Next, the Sunday night game, we have the Patriots at Lions. I'm going to take the Patriots just because Lions, I just don't believe in these guys this year. Yeah, they do have Matt Patricia. I guess you could argue Matt Patricia knows, Bill Belichick knows what they're going to do. But, I mean, still, it's the Patriots. Tom Brady is going to torch that defense. There's no chance for Detroit to win this game, in my opinion. And then the Monday night game, which is the Steelers at Buccaneers. And this is also a really, really hard game for me to predict. It is in Tampa Bay. The Steelers aren't as good on the road as they are at home. But, I mean, I got to... Buccaneers fans, I'm picking against you. And it's been working, so I'm going to pick against you again and pick the Steelers. But I just don't see the Steelers going 3 straight weeks without a win. I just can't see that. I mean, if they lose here, then their season's... I don't know. Their season's probably down the drain. Le'Veon Bell, I don't think he'll be playing. I think he's still questionable. But overall, I think Tampa Bay's going to win this game. But as a recap, if I had to pick one for my lock of the week, one where I could see, like, you're absolutely certain of a certain team winning, I would probably pick the Patriots over the Lions as, like, I'm absolutely certain. I lied. Let's go Bears over Arizona. I almost skimmed through that game because that's certain. Arizona's not going to win. But yeah, I mean, for that, it's going to be a fun week. That's my predictions. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like the video, and then I'll be back for week 4. So take it easy, guys, and let's see how things go this week.